and welcome to this week's episode of the Angrygeeks. As you know who I am, and you know who this lady is, the spawn of Satan, but we have two very special guests this week. One of them flattered me last year at Rhode Island Comic Con. The other, I've been following this individual forever on social media, and I wanted to meet him for so long. We have Athena Finger, heir to the throne of Batman and the true Aquaman, Rick Stafford. Guys, thank you so much for being on. Cosplay extraordinaire, and of course, Athena. Last year when we met at Rhode Island, I walked up there trying to be so. Jamie, you were there, and I came home. I told Rose, I tried to be so professional. I walk over, I said hi, and you're like, Lewis, I know who you are. It just, to me, that was one of the biggest honors of my life.
He talked about it like all night.
Yes, I did.
That's all I kept saying. I can't believe she knew who I was. Oh my God.
So, San Diego Comic-Con, you guys just came back. How was it? Lay it on us. Let us know.
It was epic.
It was a lot. I mean, I go often. This is my third year in a row. I've gone 4 times. My first time was in 2014 for the 75th anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
But I go out to actually participate in the Eisner Awards and give the Bill Finger Award during that. So it can be a little crazy, and it was definitely crazy this time around. It was a lot of fun, though. A lot of events to go to, a lot of people to see, friends, new friends. Just a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
And
Rick, what about you?
It was my first time, and I've been cosplaying for about 14 years, and I have to say this was completely different than any other animal of a convention I've been to. Very, very different, and in regards to cosplay especially, where most conventions it's anywhere between 40 and 85% cosplay. This was only about 20% of the population.
Wow.
Yeah, that's surprising.
This one is really, people go for the TV, movie,
they're there to buy it,
or they're going for the exclusives, the toys,
yeah,
or the professional artists that are there. So it's different than, let's say Rhode Island or even New York. It's a little different. The mass amount of people that are there, for sure, it's right up there. But it's more about the exclusive stuff and getting into Hall H to go see the panels in Hall H, plus the other ones.
Yeah.
So it's really something. And then it's not just the convention hall. I mean, really, that whole general area gets taken over by
different
the con.
studios.
Well, it's the con, really. I mean, they take over, several hotels, plus in the gas lamp area, they have a lot of shops and restaurants that participate in, they'll have exclusive stuff just for the convention. So it's really quite interesting what they do there for the event.
I got out and around the convention center. She didn't get a chance to do so, but
I was working.
Yeah, we're working. Yeah, and but Fox had a whole section set up. Nickelodeon had a whole section. The Walking Dead had a section. Amazon Prime had a section of the real estate around the convention center, across the way or on the harbor, where they took over and set up like a mini carnival area. I did one off-site event with Amazon Prime that blew my mind. And there's a new show called The Boys on
Yes,
Amazon
I'm going to be watching that tonight.
Well, I got to
You're going to stay up past 8?
Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Before we get to that, Rick, let me explain. I wake up at 4:30 in the morning to go to work. I do too. All right. I have to open up the shop at 6 o'clock for people, not the comic shop. I'm a general manager of a family-owned aerospace shop. So if you buy aerospace parts, call me. So I have an hour commute, hour and some change. So I wake up at 4:30 in the morning to be out there. Monday through Thursday, I work 6 o'clock in the morning to 3:30 in the afternoon. Fridays, I only work 6 in the morning to 10 a.m. That's my 40-hour week. I'm done at 10 o'clock on the Fridays. So, yes, I come home on Fridays. If I don't have any appointments, I take a nap.
Plus,
I
you
go
live
to
in a
sleep.
part of the world where it's dark at 6 o'clock.
Not right now.
Not right now.
It's like
Yeah,
9 now. It
that
gets
freaked
dark
me
at 9.
out. Yeah, when I
Yeah,
went up
so
there over the holidays, I was up in New England, and it was like 4 o'clock, and it was like,
Oh yeah.
why is the sun setting at 4 o'clock? This is
Yeah.
freaky.
Welcome to New England.
I hibernate. Little tell you, like once winter starts, and I'm from New Jersey, you would think it wouldn't be that different,
No,
but
it
it really gets dark early here. And I don't leave the house in the winter. I literally shut myself in. I work out and play video games, and that's it. That's all I do.
Yeah, myself, I'm usually sleeping sometime after 7 o'clock because I'm just like,
Yeah.
ugh. I'm either working the day job, working this job, and I'm just I make all the phone calls on the way home. Jamie and I talk just about every day. Plan everything for the weekend, plan for the shows. Okay, we got this person as a guest this week. I got to do this. I got to cut this video for AR. I got to post this. I come home, do all that, say hi to Rose, give her a kiss, and I'm sleeping by 8:30. At least Fridays, I get that little bit of a nap that I can stay up past 8 o'clock, Jamie, and watch something.
You got to get up early tomorrow too. So.
Oh, I know. I got the convention down Lock City Comic Con. I'll be there with Alternate Universe, representing alternate reality entertainment. I'll be there tomorrow. Camera in tow, working alone.
Aww.
Thank you. Yeah.
My son has football. He has a football camp this weekend, and it's a half hour north, the complete opposite. That con would be like 3 hours for me to drive to.
For you, yeah.
So,
it's gonna be
Lou and I live far. He's about 2 hours away from me.
We do this every week through the internet when we're not at a con, just so you guys know. Because she lives 2.5 hours this way. I live.
So Jamie, where are you located?
I'm in Loudon, New Hampshire.
Okay.
Kind of by the NASCAR track, so.
And I'm in Ware.
Oh, I know where Ware is.
Really? No way. Really?
Yeah, I know where Ware is. So.
You know where Ware, Massachusetts is?
Yes, I've been there.
I think she might have stalked you. That's how she knew who you were. She knows where you live.
No, and you're not the only person that I've freaked out with that, because I also have a fan who lives in Ware, and he's like, "How the hell do you know where Ware is?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm from Massachusetts."
Wait. Raymond.
Yes. It's a small world.
All right, who's stalking you?
Ware is it's a tiny little town, I know. So, I mean,
Okay, the next time you guys are in Ware, I want you to come to the Geek Lair. My wife and I are going to bring you both out for dinner. How about that?
All right, sounds like a plan.
Deal.
Then you got to make, Jamie, you got to make the 2.5 hour drive to come out for this.
Of course I'll be there for that. I wouldn't do it for you, but I would do it for them.
Anyway, we got way off track. I want to talk about The Boys. Rick, tell me about The Boys. I'm going to watch that tonight. I'm hearing good things about it. I see the books everywhere now. Because speculators, of course. Tell me about it.
Okay, only watched the first episode, but the fan experience at San Diego Comic-Con was confusing to me when I did it. Now that I've seen the first episode, I now know I was part of the first episode, which is really cool. Again, a fan experience.
Yep.
It was really cool. So it took about almost an hour just to get in to the Amazon Prime area. They had 3 shows that they were promoting. One was called Carnival Row, the other was The Expanse, and the third was The Boys.
Okay. Now,
I chose to do The Boys because I was Aquaman. I figured, okay, I want to see what the deep guy is all about and see if this is anything like Aquaman. And so stood in line there for 4 hours just to get into this event. Thankfully, they were handing out water because otherwise I would have dried out.
And you would have been like aqua jerky.
Yeah. It smelled really bad. So what happens in the fan experience is you're in this line, and then you get cordoned off into groups of 20. And then all of a sudden, when it's your time to go, this guy comes running around the building and goes, go, 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 go. And he ushers you into an electronics store that has a car crashed into it. There's a hole in the wall about the shape of a body. And you have to now, it's like almost like an escape room. All right, you got to find this. We need this. We need this number. Let's find this number. Okay, this guy, where would he have hidden this? And we find this picture of this girl and this and all these little clues, and we wind up finding a VCR machine, and we erase the tape and destroy the videotape and destroy the evidence, and then we hear a body banging in the trunk, and at that point it's like, all right, we need to get out of here now because the soups are coming. All right, I was like, this was really bizarre. Then I saw the first episode, and basically where the episode 1 ends, 3 minutes later is where we came into the store.
No.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I was.
That's really cool.
All right, and so Athena, you missed all this because you were working.
I missed all of this, and I don't know if I would have waited in line for 4 hours.
That's a long time.
See, now, Jamie, something like that makes me think when we're on stage and when we're working, is it worth it to miss something like that? Or is it like, that's a long time to wait for something? I'm glad that we're working inside AC.
That's a half a day.
Yeah, I typically don't wait to do the stuff because I know it can be very time consuming. And when I'm at these events, I'm usually, connecting with people or having meetings or participating in something else. So,
well, I had to earn the merit badge. Well, I don't know if you saw my page today or not, but I actually made a post about these. There's a company that was there. It was called the Con Rangers, and they came up with about 40 merit badges based on convention attendance. So you could get a merit badge. You can buy any of them you want, but to technically earn it, you'd buy it after you earn it. So one would be like, my cell phone battery lasted all day merit badge. I wore a different cosplay every day of the convention merit badge. I bought a comic book at the convention merit badge. And
one of them was that he waited in a
he had to do an off-site event merit badge. So in order to get that one before I could buy it the next day, I made sure I did something, and of course I wanted to do the boys thing, and found out, the guy, the Deep, is not what I expected him to be.
Okay.
And you'll find out by watching the first episode.
Well, I want to do a quick interview after interview. I'm going to do a quick review after I watch it and post it on there. Athena, you are very special.
Oh, thank you.
Little yellow bus, everything.
The comic book fans embraced you so deeply in the past few years. How does that make you feel? I mean, everyone saw Batman and Bill. Everyone saw that movie. How does it make you feel that you just got embraced by our community? I mean, it's. I love you to death, and we only met once, and I was like, she knew who I was. I mean, how does that make you feel?
I mean, I am just so honored that I can be here for the fans, and that they are accepting of me, because it's not really something that I grew up with as far as reading comics and being part of the comics culture. So, I mean, they're really quite remarkable when they're like, oh, I want to talk about this book. And I'm like, oh, well, sorry, I didn't read it. I don't know what you're talking about. But they're quick to like tell me about it and recommend things for me to read. But it's more than just that. I mean, they really want to have a place to say thank you or just give some love for the character and for Bill. So I really have embraced that's kind of what I represent and who I've become in this fabulous world of, the Batman fandom. And so I love it.
She's really still coming out of her shell.
Well, it's a process.
It
okay,
it is a process.
I've had a pretty private life my whole life, and
Yeah, when I first met her, I had no idea who she was.
So how long have you been kind of now exposed to all of this?
Well, I didn't really start making public appearances until 2014 with the anniversary.
Yeah, it takes time.
But I mean, I had done a couple things before that. In 2008, I went to the Dark Knight premiere, and then in 2011, I went to the Green Lantern premiere, and then 2012, I went to the Dark Knight Rises, and then I just progressed from there as more movies came out. But like I said, it wasn't really until 2014 Travis Langley had invited me to do some events with him and kind of bring me out to help me celebrate. And we were working on a tribute film together that during that year to, talk to more people who knew Bill or knew of him and had stories about him or whatever the connection was with Bill. So that was really my first time having people reach out to me on Facebook. Someone recommended that I got Twitter, and I'm like, oh my God, I have to get a Twitter now, please. But I did.
We have a Twitter. We don't even use it.
I am so bad with Twitter. Like, I don't even really know how to use it. It's so weird to me. I can't, and I'm pretty good with that stuff, but I'm like, Facebook and Instagram. Those are my.
It is what it is, but people wanted, different people on different platforms.
Right.
Want to have the connection. So I was like, all right, I'll get a Twitter. And then the Twitter led into a second Facebook fan page, which led into finally breaking down and getting Instagram. Because Instagram is great, not just for the Batman stuff, but it's also really good for my art. And people kept recommending that I use Instagram to help promote my art. And that's kind of the way we met. Was we were working at this very small convention, one-day convention. I mean, teeny tiny little hotel ballroom, not even a ballroom, like a meeting room almost. And I wasn't really promoting the Bill Finger thing because I had already done that for a previous show. I was kind of pushing my artwork.
And I was not wearing Aquaman.
No.
It was such a small convention. I said, you know what? Let me just wear something different because this is not, why not? And so I broke out Fallout. I was a Vault Boy.
And I had no idea.
Wow. Yeah.
Looks like him.
Yeah, kind of.
Actually, yeah, he does.
And when he has an outfit on,
so that's kind of like your comfortable casual cosplay because you really don't have to do too much.
It was basically skin tight. So.
Oh.
So she really took interest in.
Oh.
Hey, wait a minute, time out. This is a family-friendly public access TV show, guys. But continue, please. No.
Well, I mean, it was adorable because I'm talking to her about her art, not about Batman, nothing about Batman at all. And
really.
And she was asking me how I got involved with cosplay, and so I gave her the sob story of how I got involved with cosplay. And we both swapped social media contacts, friended each other, and that was October.
Right.
And the following February, I had an open invite to anybody who wanted to come to a birthday event for myself that I was hosting at a place called Disney Springs, which is it's a free area with dining and entertainment and shopping district. And I thought, we'll just get a bunch of people together. We'll grab dinner, walk around the stores, and just have a good time. And Athena saw it and said, hey, can I come and be part of that? And I said, sure. I mean, I've only met you once, but that's fine. And she said, should I get a hotel room? And I said, well, no, I have a spare bedroom. No sense in you spending the money on a room. If you're going to drive all the way up here just to help me celebrate my birthday, the least I can do is put you up. So we all had a good time, came back, sat down on the couch, and she goes, you don't have Hulu by chance, do you? I said, no. She goes, hold on. Loaded Hulu onto my smart TV. Said, I want you to watch something. Pulls up Batman and Bill. And, about a few minutes in, it's like,
really bad about promoting myself. I really.
So here, just watch this.
Yeah. Well,
this will explain it all.
Yeah. And then, and one thing was, as soon as that one was over, then I said, well, hold on. I've got my documentary, Heart of an Empire. And we popped that in. So she got to see my documentary. And
so that was really our introduction.
Yeah. So we
and then it became.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're cheesy. What can we say?
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with Athena Finger and Rick, the true Aquaman Stafford.
And we're back with Athena Finger and Rick Stafford on the Angry Geek Show, exclusively on the Earplug Podcast Network. How was that?
Are you sure you said his last name right?
I did.
Pretty sure
Stafford, there's no R.
I'm pretty sure I was saying it right the whole show.
Oh.
Yeah, just like Gypped, right?
Exact Chip. That's what I said. Did you guys have
his most recent post? He got chipped, not gypped. Chipped.
I got gypped. That's how you say it. You spell it the same way. I got gypped. I end up there's this thing on Facebook. I don't know. It's a game, and you tap it, and it's supposed to say who's your soulmate, who's your girlfriend in other realities. So I did it, and I got gypped. That's what I said. Gypped. I got gypped. I got Captain Plasma and Brianna Tarth. They're the same person.
He said chipped. CHIPPED.
That's gypped.
Gypped.
And I corrected him. As usual.
That's what I said. Gypped. I got gypped.
Just like a library.
The library. Where do you go? You go to the bathroom. You go to the library. That's right. I speak perfect English. Thank you. Athena, darling, please tell us about your art. Tell us about your art. We see it everywhere. Tell us about it. And also, do you do commissions? We got to push your commissions.
I do commissions. I actually now have a website, so just www.myname and then .com. So yeah, I got back into painting a few years ago. I was, on track to go to art school for college, but that kind of didn't happen for me. So I was really big into the arts growing up. Painting, photography was a big thing for me also. So like I said, a few years ago, I got back into it. I've been doing a wide range of stuff, but obviously the fans really like the Golden Age covers and things like that. So I've been doing a lot of my own renditions of that stuff. So it's fun. I like it.
One of the questions I always ask any artist when it comes to commission, what was the weirdest commission you were ever asked to do? Did you ever have a bizarre one?
No, not yet.
Not yet? Well, guess what? No.
Blue wants his face on.
Guess what? Rick.
Yeah.
Your most extravagant Aquaman costume. Did you build it? Did you have it commissioned? If so, where did you have it commissioned from?
Okay.
And what is your favorite one out of all of them?
Well, the leather Aquaman suit, which is I refer to as my King Aquaman, it was commissioned, but it was commissioned. I mean, it was commissioned to be constructed, but the development was my job. So I came up with the concept, worked with the leather artist, who is Sam at Prince Armory, out of Texas, and he had worked on one suit before mine, a Batman suit. And that is why I went to him in the first place, because he had already had experience with superhero suits, or a superhero suit made out of leather. And so I came up with an idea. I said, I was a big Game of Thrones fan, and I said, a lot of people josh on Aquaman for, being a worthless character, but I said, he's actually the king of Atlantis. So, and in Game of Thrones, all the kings always had these real nice, awesome armors, it's all decorative. And I said, he's going to have a regal armor as well. He's going to have regal duties in Atlantis. So why not have an armor that would be bestowed of a king? So instead of just a spandex. So we worked together for about 3 months, back and forth, until we came up with a concept that would work based on his ability to make it functional. And once it was done, it took over a year, and I can pretty much parkour in it. It's people don't think I can, but I mean, I can do hero landings in that thing, drop, roll, jump up, just about everything. It's that well made, and it's had over 100 wears at conventions and shows and charity events. And it looks just as good now as it did the day I got it. Athena touched it up with some paint here and there when it needed to be regolded, but other than that, it held up awesome. Really amazing. And I would have to say that's my favorite because of the amount of detail in it and the crowd appeal for it. Because people see photos, but when they see it up close, it blows their mind because the amount of detail, like the little scalloping shells that come around the breastplate, the fact that it has ancient ruins stamped into the neck ring that actually say King of Atlantis, ruler of the seven seas. And especially when I go to places like Dragon Con, where people who study runes will stop me and see it. Like, hold on, and you'll sound it out.
They're like, yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it doesn't say Kung Pao chicken. It actually does.
Athena, you ever think about cosplaying?
I have.
You have?
I haven't gotten there yet.
Okay.
She's dabbled. She has dabbled.
I have a little bit. We did a Star Trek thing. We went to Studio 9 when they had their fan con for a day and ran around in our little uniforms and took tons of pictures and totally had fun. But really, I would like to do the Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman, but I'm not there yet.
Jamie, you should be wearing yours.
Yeah, it's a little hot for that one. Little hot. So that's like a fall winter cosplay only.
Okay. So I mean, that's that or the original Catwoman. Also, I've considered doing. So Catwoman's my favorite. So
yeah, I was just gonna ask, what's the appeal of Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman?
Oh, she was hot, man.
She's amazing.
It's pretty cool though. The fact that you can see all the stitching in it, and you get to see her kind of put it together in the movie, and like it just it's kind of rough and tough, but at the same time it's completely sexy and hot. So
and she totally does not like the Dark Knight version or any version with the goggles. She doesn't like the goggles.
The goggles.
I hate the goggles, and I hate the other one, like the bulbous head.
Yes. No.
You know what I'm talking about? There's one, and it's just like, wow.
No, I don't like it. Michelle Pfeiffer's look, and then also the Catwoman from the animated series in the 90s.
Yeah, I like that one too.
So, I mean, with the cowl, with the cat ears, like that's Catwoman. That, and then, I mean, you can't disregard the original look with the big dress, and, like, that's the original. So.
The one that started her.
Yes.
Anyway, thank you, Athena. I love you to death. You are royalty. Again, you flattered the hell out of me last year. Rick, it's an honor to finally get to talk to you and not just see your photos on Facebook. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir. Come to a con out here. We got to hang out. We got to go to dinner. If you guys are in town, next time you're in New England, you have to stop by. Come to the Geek Lair and hang out. And Jamie, yeah, I'll see you later. Anyway, I'm Louis Perry. That is that Wonder Woman, Jamie Dolan. That is the better half of the Angry Geeks. We'll see you next week right here on your public access television station and the Earplug Podcast Network.
This has been an Earplug Podcast presentation, found on earplugpodcast.com, iTunes, SoundCloud, and wherever your favorite podcasts are found.